I don't like having that white background in the back, but we'll move it just a wee bit. Yeah. All right. I'm going live today. I said, fuck it. I just got back. I just went and did a little 2 mile run with my dog. My fucking hair's a little bit crazy, so what? Oh, well. I'm trying to kick this fucking cold out, man. And, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better now, but anytime I get a cold, I try to sauna and go for a run. Yesterday, I felt brave. Yesterday, I was feeling brave. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good. Like, I woke up yesterday. I was like, all right, I feel good. Let's go hit this run. It's just 2 miles, no big deal. I was like, man, it's feeling nice outside. It was raining the few days beforehand. I was like, man, it's feeling nice outside. And I'm normally the type of crazy person, like year round, I will run strictly in shorts and a t-shirt, like strictly. So yesterday I was like, fuck it, let's go. Let's do it. Shorts and a t-shirt. And I step outside and I start running, and it's fucking way colder than I expected. I'm still stuffy, as you guys can tell. And I'm just like, no way. I turned around. I went back home. Literally, I think I ran like a quarter mile. I went back home. I was like, man, I'm going to go instead sit in my sauna, stretch out, and do some like push-ups and stuff because it was way colder than I had expected. Anyway, I'm here with you guys live today on Christmas. I figured nobody else is going to come live Christmas, and I might as well take advantage of this. On top of the fact, I'm playing Scrooge game today. Part of the title. Dude, what's up, guys? Hey, throw out some likes. Get the algorithm hitting this. First name, last name's up in the chat. Benzel Kenobi's up in the chat. Justin, what's up, dude? Sup, Corey? I also had a walk around 45 degrees today. Sunny. Had to get some air. Thanks for going live. Yeah, you bet. Why not? I'm going to try to stay live for as long as possible, too. So stay with me in the chat. I got a lot of fun things that I just want to talk about today. I got some cool personal stories. I'm going to do some fragrance reviews, too, just because I had a situation come up. I'll tell you guys that as part of the story too. But yeah, anyway, went out yesterday, tried to hit that run, and I was like, nope, way colder. It's funny because I started running, right? And going downhill, the wind was coming at me, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like sent chills down to my fucking bones. And I was like, I need to warm up for this. And I actually had to go into work for a little bit. What's up, Ricardo? How you doing? Merry Christmas. Ricardo is a big time player in the WarTribe right now. We got quite a few people up in the WarTribe right now, mind you, and quite a lot of great conversation going on. A lot of, man, I don't know. I don't think there's anything out there that's like what's going on in the WarTribe right now. We just have a lot of very like-minded guys that are all in similar situations that are trying to grow themselves in so many different environments. And I got to be honest with you. I'm proud of the conversations that are going on because these are conversations that not a lot of people are willing to have. I went live the other day talking about toxic relationships, and that's actually some of the biggest stuff we're talking about in there too right now, on top of game and setting up your dating profiles and how to carry that over into other things like sales and marketing and so forth. Yeah, that's been the biggest topic, especially this time of year. And this is something, I really do want to talk about because I am getting quite a few messages from quite a few different people. This time of year, especially Christmas. Christmas is one of those things where, in a way, you're kind of like, I'll be honest with you guys. This is why I'm not celebrating Christmas. I'm saying Merry Christmas to people and all this other stuff, even though he said Merry Crimbus. I like that. Christmas to me has a lot of negative connotations to it. Mainly because it's this expectation. And I'm going to even go deeper and say, this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I think Christmas is very blue-pilled. It's trapped in this kind of transactional. That's kind of one of the big things about the blue pill. Blue pill is very, very transactional. And I'm going to have to talk to you guys about that with my main too here. Obviously, I'm putting her through probation and all this other stuff, but we'll talk about Christmas mostly, and then we'll get into that. But first, there's a few other topics I want to talk about today. So stay tuned. I'll tell you guys some personal stories about how, Because this time of year is hard. This time of year is very difficult, especially for men because of women, right? Women have these expectations, right? There's this transactional kind of thing that's going on within our society. And we've kind of been raised up with this transactional type of bullshit of happiness. And that's the blue pill lie. Really, that's one of the biggest blue pill lies, is this transactional form of happiness of like, oh, I give people things and they give me things and that equals happiness. And we just kind of like fake the funk throughout. Yeah, it's blue pill and it's pretty much all about marketing now. I would say that it's just the symptoms of the foundational principles that are finally coming up to the surface. If that makes sense. When we had smaller civilizations, when we had a smaller population, it was a lot easier to fake the funk. It was a lot easier to just kind of like throw on some Christmas music, drink some spiked eggnog or whatever, and fucking just kind of like go with the flow, because like it was that kind of like that model that they were trying to create of like, it's how my family was growing up. It's how it was up in New England where I grew up as well. It's so funny. Everyone painted this picture as though they were like this happy fucking, everything was good to go kind of family, but you could hear people yelling at each other at night. It's so funny. Like you could, behind closed doors, these families were miserable. But the way they presented everything, everyone presented as though everything was perfect and happy. And that's kind of like what this represents. Not to mention, dude, like I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure. When I have kids, I'm sure I'm going to tell a few white lies here and there. But I don't think I'm going to fucking lie to them about some pretty high level stuff. Like about this fucking guy that comes down your chimney at night and he only gives you presents if you've been good. Like that's some bribery ass, lazy ass bullshit too when it comes to fucking raising your kids. Like I would much rather be, and this even ties into my whole belief system with God and all this other stuff in heaven. Like it's like, you guys need to behave or else you're not going to get into heaven. It's like, no, why don't you just behave, because that makes life better for you and people around you. Like to me, that's more of an incentive, right? Like, no, you're a responsible patron of society. And if you don't want to be a responsible patron of society, like we'll kick you the fuck out. And that's how I am with everything. And this ties into like my conversation I'm having right now about toxic relationships and all this other stuff. It's this belief system of, I'll put up with your toxicity because at the end of the year, we'll just sit around with everybody else and we'll wear fucking sweaters and dress up nice and we'll all exchange gifts and we'll pretend as though everything's just fucking peachy because you fucking went into debt getting me an Apple Watch and fucking tube socks and all this other stuff. Yeah, eternal salvation for the good boy. Like, we don't know what happens after this. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to fucking sit there and say anything's eternal. The whole premise of the universe is that energy transforms, right? So nothing is eternal. Even we know that planet Earth is going to fucking dissolve and dissipate later on, and something else is going to take its place in some other area of the universe somehow, some way, right? It just has to. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Nothing is eternal. Nothing's eternal in this universe. And that's another reason too why, like, this is what's going on with the whole blue pill and red pill thing, is the red pill is moving in now. And we're transforming and evolving. We're transforming and evolving society away from these kinds of silly principles that people have been kind of like programmed into believing. Instead, it's going to turn into, I'm hoping, more of a meritocracy, but also at the same time like an individualistic society too as well, wrapped and steeped in biological truths. And that's really, I'm writing my second book right now. I have no fucking clue what to name it. The old vote was that I should just name it WarTribe. But as I'm writing it more and more, it just doesn't make sense to call it WarTribe. So I have no fucking clue. Maybe when it's done, I'll have the perfect fucking title for it. But either way, what it does is it just goes through and it highlights how to set up a better society based off of all these truths that we recognize now. Like, it's not to knock how our society is right now. This was an experiment. This was an amazing experiment, right? Democracy was an amazing experiment. Capitalism and seeing the flaws in capitalism, which I still believe 100% in capitalism. But, a new society, what we're going to have to do is we're really going to have to figure out a way to not incentivize crony capitalism, which is what we're dealing with right now, right? These major players and corporations have embedded themselves in with politicians and have now written law, right, that pretty much creates a monopoly for them. So now the only people that are really truly making money in this world are career politicians and these corporate CEOs, right? We can see this in the fact that in 2008, these corporate bailouts, they leaned on the fucking taxpayer to bail them out, and the taxpayer ends up getting fucking hurt in the long run because of it. But meanwhile, these companies that overran their boundaries get repropped up. Like they get their fucking coffers completely filled up, and then who benefits from it? Well, the people that are in positions of authority in our government, and the people that are still running that stuff, and the people getting all the golden parachutes. And it's one of those things too that you can continue to see, because just look at like Dick Cheney, for instance. He can go from being a major CEO of one company to being the vice president, that his former company now gets all the contracts, and now he becomes, CEOs of all these other different companies. They just change places. It's like, it's one thing I got to realize when I was in the military is that's what these officers were doing. These officers were what they were doing was protecting their career in the military, so that they could hopefully get to a generalship or up to lieutenant colonel, or schmooze with the right people, so that when they got out, they were then able to transfer directly over to like Lockheed Martin and all these big contracting companies, or the ties that they made while they were at the Pentagon or working for the State Department, they'd go directly over to that. So that's what these guys were doing, was they were just trying to, and then they'd get a pension for being in for 20 years. So that's really what it came down to, was everyone was just kind of like bumping shoulders and rubbing elbows. And if you were part of the good boy club, you just kept going. And if you weren't, you got kind of booted. And that's how they made their money and kept everything secure. But anyway, tying it back into the blue pill side of things too, with our situation. One thing I want you guys to take a look at, I saw this on Twitter the other day, the men are trash hashtag, and the men are trash, talk kind of seemed to take a step back on Twitter about 2 weeks ago. You kind of stop seeing that now that women are realizing, oh my God, I'm looking to get the right gifts, and I'm looking to get the fucking right Instagram shit and bring my fucking boyfriend or bring a guy to my household. Actually, I should talk about this too. This is kind of something I'm dealing with right now. Let me take a break and slow down. I'm all over the fucking place today, but I love it. These are my favorite conversations. Myron Gaines in the house. What it is, dude. What it is. Savage men. God amongst men. Merry Christmas. What's up, hologram? A savage commentary. Yep, we've had a good run. Myron Gaines in the house. Ricardo Rivas, all you guys. I'm hoping that we're hitting the like button. I really fucking hope so. I don't know if you guys have heard, they're Steven Crowder was talking about this a little while ago, but they're talking about a YouTube purge coming up here pretty soon. Who knows if that's just a scare tactic, but we'll see. We'll see if these types of channels fucking survive, especially with that hashtag that I got in the headline of women are trash. Going back into it, the men are trash hashtag, the men are trash sphere of Twitter seemed to calm down a little bit, cool their jets with the men are trash type of talk over the last 2 weeks. Obviously, it's the game that they play. That's what this whole blue pill thing is, right? You just beat up on men year round, and then when you want the fucking cool photos to throw on Instagram, when you want to bring somebody to your house so that your parents and your grandparents aren't beating up on you about why you don't have a boyfriend, when you want to get the little material objects that make you feel more valuable, then you slow down on the men are trash talk, because you realize that that's not your best bet in order to fucking get your thing. So you can just see fucking women's solipsistic behavior. If you want to support me, dude, go. So the link is this. Yeah, that's what they do. Here, I'll put the link in the chat. Oops. It's just paypal.me/Corey Capella. I don't think I'm able to do super chat right now because I don't have enough subscribers or something like that. So if you guys don't mind sharing this content too and telling people to subscribe, that'd be awesome. But here we go. www.paypal.me/Corey Capella. Send a lovely donation. That'd be fucking awesome. That'd make my Christmas. Anyway, yeah, they realize that they can sit there and just say men are trash all fucking year round, and Twitter will support that and all that other good stuff. And then, you know, when it comes time to getting what they want, then they just start sucking up to you. This is typical female behavior, guys. When a woman starts being nice to you, you got to sit there and you got to ask the question, you know, yeah, exactly. I think you need 1,000 subs as well. Which I'm thinking I'll get there. I'll get there pretty soon. I'm thinking within the next 2 or 3 months. You know, it'd be great if it fucking happened sooner, but we'll see. Brent, what's up, my dude? I figured you'd be up on here too. Brent is a tremendous contributor to the WarTribe. Let's put that link in the chat too. Great conversations going on there. Looking to start going and doing some webinars as well. Yes, a savage commentary. We're about to go into cuffing season because it is a real deal thing. I think Rollo was talking to Pat Campbell the other day on their little podcast that they do. And Rollo was saying like he wasn't sure if cuffing season was a real thing. I can guarantee you 100%, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about right now. I knew it. Fuck, I'm getting blown up right now. Anyway, that's where I'm going with all this stuff. But first, we're going to talk about the trend of, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Let's see if I can pull this up too. Live screen. Where are we? Not live interview. I'm going to dig this up. Ugh, I knew it. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, anytime I switch screens, it does that, but that was good. I hope you guys saw that, though. No, you're good. Anyway, what I was saying was, now you guys should be good as far as hearing me. What I was talking about there was, if you guys just look through all that, the women are trash hashtag, it started to blow up Can you guys hear me now? Still, no sound. Tap, 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 tap. Because I know this is fucking delayed. I'm going to pull this up. I don't know if I could hear myself or not. Still. I knew it. Still no sound. Fuck, I'm getting blown up right now. Anyway, that's where I'm going with all this stuff. But first, we're going to talk about the trend of, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Let's see if I can pull this up too. Live screen. Where are we? You can hear me now? Not live interview. Can hear you. Yeah, perfect. All right. Little technical errors here and there. I think next time I'm just going to stick strictly with, what's it called? Oh, there we go. Yeah, next time we're going to fucking go strictly with, what's it called? StreamYard. Anyway, oh no, where'd it go? There we go. All right, so the women are trash hashtag. You guys saw me just kind of scroll through that. It's kind of funny. Here's my deal with that whole thing. Like, it's just funny to be like a shit poster, and just kind of spark the outrage a little bit. My whole thing is this, you know, when you start getting into the whole, like, women are trash outrage, like all this other stuff, you start to become like a male feminist in a way, just like what feminists do, right? They kind of thrive off of the whole hatred. And I'm not that type of person. I don't like what women have become. That's what I push back against today. I don't like how our society has taught everyone that men are defective women. I don't like how our society has made it okay to hate completely on men while propping up women outside of realistic, like outside of facts, right? I don't like how we've turned away from traditional roles, because as we see now, when we turn away from traditional roles, we ruin the balance of our society. We ruin the balance of happiness. We ruin the balance of people flourishing within their best direction, if that makes sense. Not really with the 21 con thing. Fuck that shit, right? I'm not trying to fix women. I'm trying to build men up. But the thing is, John Fitch and I were talking about this the other day. When you hate something, you give a lot of power and energy over to it, to the point that it kind of like controls you and you no longer become the focus. MGTOW and a lot of guys like that in that environment, they spend a lot of energy doing things to be spiteful towards the other person. I like to just poke fun to stoke the fire. So I think that's funny. I also find it funny. It's just like my post that I put up on Twitter the other day. That was like a couple weeks ago. It's okay for me to have standards, and it's okay for me to have boundaries, and it's okay for me to have likes and dislikes and all this other stuff. And it's okay for me to vocalize them. When I just find it funny that women could sit there and say fucking men are trash all year round. And then when Christmas comes around, when it comes time for cuffing season, they kind of stay quiet. And that was the perfect opportunity for the hashtag women are trash to come on in. That was super hilarious. So with that said, let's talk a little bit about cuffing season. I was telling you guys about how Rollo and Pat Campbell went on the air the other day, and Rollo was talking about, hey, come here. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a little gift first and foremost. Come here, bud. I know you hate getting picked up, but we're going to pick you up. Look at this little guy. Oh, yes, I know, buddy, huh? I know. Mm-hmm. What's a good doggy, huh? Good man, huh? Yeah, you want to go? Oh, I know. All right, bud. That was your premiere. I know you hate getting picked up. I know. That's my boy. That's my boy Chance. That's who I'm spending Christmas with. That's all I care about at the moment. Well, actually always. Yeah, he's a fucking best dog, dude, to be honest with you. I know, and now he's fucking biting me like crazy. He hates getting picked up. It's like, I don't know, just one of those things. Yeah, exactly. MGTOW monks are the male version of ugly lesbian feminists. I almost wonder if some of these types of MGTOW guys are closet gays. That's funny. All right, hey, leave it. Good boy. I know I got you wound up. On the bed. Good man. Good boy. Oh, I'm for sure he's a top, but that's just fucking, I mean, I hate thinking about that stuff. But anyway, let me tell you guys what's going on right now when it comes to cuffing season. So, man, it's fucking crazy. So, obviously, as you guys know, I'm pretty good with fucking, but I'm pretty good with picking up the gals, picking up the ladies. On average, like I said, I'm usually talking about 20 girls on average. It depends on the day. But I'm definitely, I have the opportunity to go on about 5 dates a week if, obviously I could go on more if I wanted to, but I have the option to date whenever I want. Let me tell you one thing though. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting it to pick up a little bit more during the holiday season, and it did. It picked up quite a bit up until last week. Up until about 5 days ago. And then everything just fucking dropped off. Now, women are fucking crazy because they love all year round. They'll sit there and they'll be like, yay, like I can't wait for Christmas. I can't wait for Christmas. And then fucking Christmas week shows up, right? And then Christmas slowly starts to creep up. And then next thing you know, they are acting like the biggest fucking crybabies about how stressed out they are. And this is what women do to themselves. No, seriously, like this is how fucking retarded they are, right? They're so excited for Christmas, but then they stress themselves up or stress themselves out preparing for this fucking one day, preparing for all the fucking gifts to be perfect, for everything to be fucking perfect, for all the outfits to be perfect, all this other stuff. Meanwhile, they're drinking fucking every single day and they're stressing out about going and meeting family. Why? That's where the stress really comes in. And that's where cuffing season comes in as well. Because this is what's going on, and this is why our society is so fucked right now. And this is why I actually think it's so funny that the women are trash hashtag is trending as well. Because no, hey, hologram, I got to tell you one thing when it comes to that. I have a fucking amazing eye, and I'll show you screenshots of where I, no kidding, ask these people if they're trans right off the bat. Like, if we're even talking and they don't have it in their profiles, I'll just be like, hey, I got to ask, are you trans? And actually, I mean, I've never ever had a situation where I've actually met up with a trans person. So, I'm very lucky, but you're right. I mean, at the same time too, I don't not go swim in the fucking ocean because there's sharks. I mean, online dating has provided me with the best quality women en masse. And it's helped me build up a lot of other stuff for a lot of different stuff. So that whole thing. Anyway, what this all comes down to is, oh my God, yeah, Matt W., that's crazy. You met 2. That's insane. You can tell, but I would tell you guys to be bold from the get-go, even if it's questionable. So I have a few protocols that I go through to ensure that's not the way it is, right? That it's not a trans person. First and foremost, if it's sketchy, yeah, I live in San Diego, so it's kind of whatever here. I'll get the number, and then I will, what's it called? Yeah, mostly a huge laugh and no. I literally will get on a FaceTime with them, and if they don't have FaceTime, I'm doing some kind of video chat with them before I go out. I want to hear their voice because I can detect the voice through the voice. And then obviously I want to get them on video chat because you can't filter. I mean, for the most part, if they're filtering it, I'm just going to be like, you're cut. We're done here. You're hiding something kind of deal. So it's all about frame, my friends. But anyway, let me get back to cuffing season, what I was talking about there. I noticed a big time drop off in girls wanting to meet during this time. The last girl that I hooked up with, she hooked up with me. Literally, I went from number to sex within 2 hours. Yeah, I know. It's not terrible, but at the same time, it's not the greatest. But I'm doing my best to be a masculine man in such a fucking soy city. So, shit, I think it was probably last week, maybe 5-6 days ago. Went from online talking online dating to maybe it was like 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, something like that. To number close to getting her over here to sex within 2 hours. And I could tell that she felt super guilty afterwards. And I started to take notice of this as far as talking to the other girls online and how they're promoting a lot of this stuff, right? And what I'm talking about simply is this right now. She felt super guilty because she knows that she's going to hang around her family on Christmas Eve and Christmas. And she knows that her behavior, right? A lot of these girls, I'm just using this one girl in particular, but this is most girls, especially the girls that are on these dating apps. They're all single, right? They know that they aren't supposed to be sleeping around. They know that they shouldn't be banging all these dudes all the time. They know it is counterproductive to them getting a boyfriend. And they know that when they go home to these family functions, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, the question to them is always going to be, right? Especially if they're young, right? The question to them, actually, even if they're old, the question is going to be like, why don't you have a boyfriend? Or where is your boyfriend? Why are you not in a committed relationship, right? Because that's what a girl's goal is supposed to be. And what's worse is if she was single last year and didn't have a boyfriend. Now it's a trend. Now there's something wrong with her, right? So that's what cuffing season really comes down to. Although Hallmark and fucking all these holiday cards and all this other bullshit sells them the idea that, right now you should be fucking wearing your Uggs boots, leggings, and ugly Christmas sweater, and you should be waking up in the morning next to some guy all cuddled up and, fucking drinking hot cocoa and all this other shit. And that's kind of what the trend is right now. That's what most of these girls are wanting. The real true thing is the guilt and shame surrounding them not being in the committed relationship. And then they have to sit back, right? And they have to look at their actions throughout the entire year. And they have to go through the fucking Rolodex of Chad and beta cock that's been shoved through them the entire year that has led to them not having a boyfriend in that instance. So this time of year is perfect for these women, right? That's why the hashtag is perfectly timed. That women are trash because they know what they're doing is trashy. And that's the reason why they don't have a long-standing committed relationship. So then when they meet with their family for the most part is going to be judging them. Where's your boyfriend? Why are you not in a committed relationship? When are you fucking getting married? When are you going to have fucking grandkids? Right? That's what happens when you meet up with the family. For women, this is worse, right? For me, I'm a bachelor. I don't fucking care, right? Like, I'm stacking fucking paper. I'm stacking paper so that I can run fucking harem game for the rest of my life and impregnate fucking thousands of women all over the planet. I want my genes to fucking spread. Fucking Genghis Khan fucking 2.0. All right? That's what I'm doing. I have no shame about it, right? I can do that. But when you're a fucking girl, you can't. Everyone knows this. Society knows this, right? And that's why cuffing season exists. That's why women are so desperate. They're desperate to fucking look like a good girl in front of mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, Aunt Susie, and fucking Uncle Bill, right? That's why they'll try to cuff up a dude fucking 2 weeks ago or from 2 weeks ago and then try to fucking promote as little details as possible. And usually it's going to be a beta, right? They're looking for a fucking beta to cuff up for the season that they're going to get gifts from, so that they're going to have their picturesque Christmas, right? Get that good feeling. And then 2-3 weeks from now, it's going to fucking get cut off. So for those of you guys out there right now that are running fucking online dating game and all this stuff, it slowed down big time about 5 days ago. Slowed down big time. I've still gotten quite a bit of numbers, but every fucking girl right now Every girl right now is just saying, I can't meet up until after the holidays. I got to be around my family. So that's pretty crazy. That's kind of what's going on there. Cuffing season is real. I've not experienced it. This bad in years either. It's Che. It's Che Guevara, not Jesus. But I tell people mostly it's Johnny Depp, and they believe me. If you haven't heard my reason as to why I have Che Guevara tattooed on my arm, no, I'm not into Marxist socialism whatsoever. I believe I did that. If you want to go back, you can hear it on I did a Red Pill Smash Bros AMA. It's back a few months ago, but mainly it's just to understand. I was a counterintelligence operative in Afghanistan, and I quickly learned that you need to respect your enemy. But you guys can go back and watch that episode to get more in-depth kind of understanding. So that's why I got it. Janky Khan. I like it. Now, with that said, let's talk about, I'm going to switch it up a little bit just to kind of to go there. Let's talk about what's going on with the Impossible Burger. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Now, I'm not going to switch. If I switch to the other screen and show you guys, I'm going to lose audio again, so I'm not going to do that. Next time, I'm just going to fucking run StreamYard instead. No, I'm not a socialist. I believe 100% in capitalism. I don't like the form of capitalism that we're running right now, which is another thing that I got to witness while I was in Afghanistan also. We're running a form of crony capitalism. I pretty much explained that like 20 minutes ago of what crony capitalism is. We've been getting into these wars in order to help out our economy, the shadow government run through the CIA and all that stuff, and bolster up these too big to fail corporate monoliths that these guys have pretty much voted into power. Scrooge McDuck game. Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a second. Just to kind of let you guys know where I'm at with Scrooge game. I made that up. It's just a fucking joke. But let's get into the Impossible Burger real quick. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's fucking trending right now. I'm not going to click off screen. I'm just going to fucking pull it up. Just the title so I could read it to you. But National File says, Doctor, Burger King's Impossible Burger has 18 million times more estrogen than a regular Whopper. There's a whole bunch of studies that are being put out on Twitter right now as well. There's like 44 fucking micrograms of, or not nanograms, it's more than that, of estrogen in these Impossible Burgers, which makes it fucking, I forgot what the actual, what's it called was of it. But some studies are saying that this Impossible Burger has more estrogen in it than a fucking dose of, what's it called, of birth control. Can you fucking believe that? It's crazy. They're actually showing how, I'm not a scientist. I don't know what's going on, but they're actually showing how it could lead to a man growing fucking boobs eating this impossible meat. It's fucking insane. Yeah. So look at it, dude. Like, and look at the people that are all about this stuff. You know, I had Partia One on a little while ago, and we talked about Jenna Marbles and how Jenna Marbles has this boyfriend named Julian, and you could literally watch year after year this kid descend into just more and more soy, and he promotes this impossible meat. It's hilarious to see. So whatever you guys do not touch this stuff. It is fucking literal poison. But the vegan market, all these other people, they will sit there and they will fucking promote day in and day out for men to eat this stuff. And that's going to make you more progressive, and that's going to make you a better person and all this other stuff. The reality is it's a fucking attack on masculinity. This is literally being promoted to people. And if you're dumb enough to buy into it, if you're blue pill enough to buy into it, I say fucking eat all that shit you want. I love it. You know, what was I doing the other day? I was doing something the other day. I think I was even talking to MLD John too about it. And I was just like, I used to get mad. I used to get mad about a lot of this stuff. I used to get mad about, oh, that's what the other thing too. I put up a post about Gina Carano, kicking all these guys' asses in fucking The Mandalorian. And I watched Jumanji, not the first one with fucking Robin Williams, but the new one with The Rock. Not the new one, but the new 2017. There we go, 2017. And they had this kind of cute fucking white girl in there that would kick every fucking dude's ass and all this other stuff. And I'm like, motherfucker, like there's no way, shape, or form this can happen. Like it's not real. And people literally are buying into it. Like people buy into it that women could literally, they think that a girl pulling all these fucking stunts, one, training to do all this stuff. They think that this girl could literally do this shit. Like literally like fly into a guy, kicking a fucking 250-pound muscular man and like knocking him out with her punches. And it's like, no. Like, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, people really, like, people are starting to, yeah, she's disgusting. Especially in The Mandalorian, right? First off, she's a terrible actress. She's terrible. Like, just awful. Her fucking, just the way she talks on camera is terrible. Next, in The Mandalorian, like, she looks like a fucking dude. They, like, bulked her up. Like, tried to, like, muscularly bulk her up. But it was like, no, please, I know I saw that, Brap. I fucking really hope to God that it's a joke and they don't do it. I really hope so. But Gina Carano, yeah, she, like, if you look at her arms, there's no definition. She's got a fucking soggy midsection. And they're doing this to women. They're making it look and seem and feel as though, like, sacrifice your good looks in order to be more masculine, and that's better. And then the opposite is for men. It's like, sacrifice anything masculine and be more feminine because that's better. It's so stupid. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of female MMA at all either. I really, really, really disliked Ronda Rousey. I hated the fact that every time she fucking walked out, she'd try to do this kind of look like this. And it's like, you're faking it. That's what's going on here with all this stuff. And this is why I can't stand it. I can't stand people faking shit. I like authenticity, right? That's why I got on Tate about his scam programs, right? Like, be authentic, be fucking authentic. Like, that's how it is. Like, you guys will probably, the more and more I do this stuff, you'll probably learn more and more about me, right? There's probably going to be some things you absolutely like about me. There's going to be some things you fucking probably hate about me, but at least I'm going to fucking put it out there and I'm going to be authentic with it. The thing is, everybody else is trying to paint a facade because if they're not picture perfect, then you guys aren't going to like them. And I think that's bullshit. Right? Like, this is the whole point of the fucking red pill. I paint my frame and I paint my picture in it. And if you don't want to be in that frame and you don't want to be in that picture, good. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what all of everything that I'm talking about today actually leads up to. It's this bullshit fucking toxic relationship environment where I got to go and buy gifts for you. Yeah, I liked the PhD course. Some people fucking didn't like it. I liked it just because I liked listening to him talk about harem game and all this other stuff. And like, that's when Tate was most authentic. He put out that as like his first course and he was authentic with it. And his message was authentic. And then after that, he fucking just started putting out garbage and was like, let's rip everybody off as much as possible. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. That's stupid. Anyway, going back to the whole authenticity and the red pill thing, it's the frame. This is my frame. You are going to like me. You're going to like me for me, right? You're going to want to be in my fucking circle, in my frame, in my life because you value me. And here's the picture that's painted for you, right? This is me. If you don't like it and you want me to change, guess what? See you the fuck later. That's like, I talked to my boy Brent's up in the fucking up in the chat, and he's, like I said, he's a big player in the WarTribe right now. I've done quite a bit of consultation with him, and the thing with him too, I gotta praise him for this. Every single suggestion I've made to him so far, he's literally implemented. He hasn't, and it's not one of those things where he huffs and puffs and implements it later on. Like he's literally implemented it like that second. He's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. We're doing this. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm going to do this. Yeah, you know what? It might be scary to me, but guess what? I'm doing it. And his life has fucking improved tenfold over the past few weeks. Like, most improvement I've seen in one person yet. And it's because he's like, all right, yeah, you're right. This all makes sense. It's all about frame, right? He's creating his own frame. You either come into my life and you fucking accept the way it is, and that's how it's going to be, or else get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Misha Tate was kind of cute, except for that fucking disgusting nose of hers. She's got big old fake boobies. She's still kind of feminine, but, at the same time, whatever. These girls now that are fucking going into MMA are disgusting. They're men. I mean, what's that Brazilian chick's name? The lion or whatever the fuck she is. She's gross, and she's a big fucking scissor sister too. She bumps uglies with her girlfriend kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, she's a rainbow person. I don't trust the rainbow people anymore. They're taking over. And then they're whatever. Yeah, women should be soft. Even a little chub is better than zero fat and defiant arms. I agree with you. No, there's a perfect balance, right? It's just, yeah, being soft. Like, I still think that women can be in shape. They could have nice round curvy features, but as long as they hit the, men are looking for that ratio, like slim neck, little bit broad shoulders, nice perky tits, slim waist, and then like a nice curvature, nice athletic. That's the way it needs to be. And then, women, they need body fat in order for them to carry fucking children, right? They need to have that. I don't know if you remember back in the day when G.I. Jane came out. G.I. Jane, fucking stupid movie. I mean, I actually kind of liked it, but it's just a stupid fucking premise. I can't stand the premise. Yeah, Nunez. Perfect. Matt W. Thank you. She couldn't have her period any longer because she dropped below a certain body fat. That's nature saying to you, like, hey, you're not supposed to fucking be doing this, right? This isn't feminine. You can't have offspring now because you don't have fucking body fat. You know what I mean? Like, you need it. So it's programmed into our minds as men to be able to determine, through sexual attractiveness, through sexual attraction, what that right level is, right? And there's probably like a good, I'd say 3 to 5% window there, which is fine, right? That's why you can have someone who's curvy, not fat, but curvy, and you could still be like, yeah, she's still attractive and viable. Then, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're starting to show that obesity is something that can be genetically transferred to your children, right? So once you reach a certain level of body fat, there's actually something that changes within your DNA. It changes within your gametes, right? Which is your sperm. So this happens in men specifically. That changes the DNA of your gametes. That fucking now introduces that into your children, right? Because you're incepting them, I guess, in a way with what type of environment they're coming into. And it makes it harder for them to lose fat, right? Because you're a fat fuck. So you have to do that stuff. They need body fat so she can jiggle while I plow her. Yeah, I agree. I like it too, especially in the booty area. So, Impossible Meat, right? We're talking about Scrooge game too. So let's talk about that for a second as well. So cuffing season. I can see a few things that have kind of gone on. Actually, no, let me read some fucking... Just making sure. I wouldn't grapple with Rousey though. But yeah, men are still stronger. Even a 150-pound guy, the same size as her. I would grapple with Rousey. I don't know if she'd be able to throw me either, but it would be tough. Her judo is sick. That's all she's got though. It doesn't mean she's good with grappling either though. I mean, there's some carryover between judo and jiu-jitsu. Like there's some judo schools that do train ground game, but not nearly as much, and they don't go into as much depth. But I wouldn't want to be standing up with her wearing a gi. She'd probably do pretty well against me with, grip fighting alone and being able to hit some of that good stuff. But that's about it. Women should be soft. Nunez, yeah, they need a body fat. All right, cool. Sup, dude? Ajax is in the house now, too. He's another member of the WarTribe. I'll take a moment at this moment then to promote that a little bit further. If you guys aren't part of the War Tribe, we're having pretty much these same conversations, but in a forum context. I'm in there quite a bit, and I actually break down people's issues and give them, no kidding, written, I guess, prescription. Yeah. Rolo sits there and he doesn't really give prescription. I'm the opposite. I think that men do need prescription. It's not to say I'm 100% right all the time, but at least you get some kind of thing to walk away with. Some mentorship, some guidance. And, I have quite the... she's a black belt and she's a BJJ black belt. I don't know. I think she's just a fucking black belt in judo. That's it. But anyway, join the War Tribe. The other cool part, and that's the other thing I'm going to try to incentivize with, I think I want to try to shoot for Saturday nights or Sunday nights. Probably Sunday nights. That's when I want to do the webinars. So if you guys are available Sunday nights, I'll probably shoot for I could probably go a little bit early. So instead of doing my War Stories Sunday at 5 p.m., I could probably do 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That way it'd be 8 p.m. on the East Coast for anybody who's on the East Coast, and that would be a pretty good time frame. Probably try to shoot for a good hour to an hour and a half of webinars. And what the webinars are going to do via the War Tribe is this. It's going to be a closed circuit. No one else is going to be able to get in other than War Tribe members. And then what we're going to all do is hop on together and kind of do I like to do what's known as not mind mapping. What the fuck is the term I'm so fucking scatterbrained today, but it's awesome. Fuck it. Whatever. I'm just going to go with it. I forgot the name of it. We're going to have it where everyone's going to be able, kind of like what John does, MLD John does. Everyone's going to be in there. We're all going to be able to see each other's faces unless you don't want to. I'm not going to record it whatsoever, so it's not going to be able to be published anywhere, but it's just a means for you to be able to get on there live with me and ask questions. And that everybody else is going to be able to hear the questions, and we're going to be able to work through problems right then and there. And for other guys, if you've never been part of a men's group or anything like that before, the crazy part is you'll start to see that a lot of guys have similar issues that you do, but no one talks about them, and it makes you feel alone, and it makes you feel isolated, and makes you feel less than. So when other people talk about their issues, you're like, damn, I'm also struggling with that. It's good to see that there's somebody else doing it. And then you also get to hear the solution to fix it, which is great. So that's what I want to do. No, it's not called it's pretty much brainstorming, but fuck. I have a book sitting right over there too that has the name of it. I'm slamming my head against the mic. Brain dead. It's where people get together. It's like the new mastermind, master fucking mind. There we go. Yeah, it's a group where people get together and everyone kind of gets to share their problems, and they get a certain time frame. It's usually for a business or idea concepts, conceptualizing ideas. Here's my problem with my business. And then everybody else that's kind of already in a professional space gets to give their recommendations. And then you come back a week later or 2 weeks later, you give an update on where you're at, that you actually actualized or actioned on those ideas. And then you also talk about what your new problems are. And that's a way for people to, build up their stuff. All right. 18 people up in the chat. If you guys have not hit the like button, please do hit the like button. Yeah, webinars are awesome. I think if we can do a weekly webinar on Sunday, like I said, let's shoot for 5 p.m. Pacific Standard, 8 p.m. Eastern. The thing is, though, I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to put a forum up in the War Tribe to promote these with the link. So you have to be a member of the War Tribe in order to get into the webinars. So if you don't mind, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. There has to be a paywall. It's a paywall to keep the riffraff out and all this other stuff, and also lets me know that you're in. It's $20 a month to be part of the War Tribe. But you get great knowledge. But if we throw the webinars in here, this is, yeah, exactly. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a mastermind for Red Pill, and hopefully we can grow it up to more and more and more. So join the War Tribe. If anything, if you fucking hate forums and you don't want to do that, you're still going to get the webinars, right? And I'm going to dedicate, oh shit, wrong website. It's got to be thewartribe.com. Thewartribe.com. War Tribe will take you to nowhere. The War Tribe will take you to the forum. If you don't like doing forums, no worries. It's still good to have. But the webinars, you're going to get 4 webinars a month for $20. That's fucking ridiculous. Where you're going to have somebody who's sitting there giving you guys fucking advice. 5 p.m. on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And no one else is going to be allowed into it. I verify who becomes a member of the War Tribe. So you don't have to worry about it. It's rather small right now. I think we have about 14 or 15 people. I'd like to grow it, obviously more, and then grow the Red Pill stuff a little bit more and more, but that's how we're going to do it. Let's talk about tying cuffing season into my Scrooge game. What's going on, Live Free? How you doing? Scrooge game. So all I'm doing today, guys, I'm doing this fucking live chat. I went for a run with my dog. After this, I'm probably going to fucking read. Yeah, the forum's awesome. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Matt W. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that. I mean, Rich Cooper's, I was a part of Rich Cooper's forum, and it's a lot more guys that are looking for like personal, I don't want to say personal growth and development. It's more guys that are looking for like financial stuff, and then they kind of got a little bit of a Red Pill lens. This is, no kidding, the fucking Red Pill lens, with the idea as well that we're building a fucking tribe of dudes that are fucking out for fighting against, not fighting against, but like pushing back against this fucking culture war that we're facing today, right? Like, I choose to be a man. I choose to be the best version of man possible. I choose masculinity, and I choose to focus on the 6 key areas of life: the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and relational. And we're all growing in those environments, right? So on top of game, like, that's a downfall. I love Rich Cooper. Don't get me wrong. But the downfall is there's not a lot of guys in his that know anything about game, right? It's a lot more guys that are looking to get financially wealthy and then hoping later on that they'll get in a game. I teach these guys. I break down their fucking text messages. I break down how they're talking to women. I break down their fucking online dating platforms of how they're wording things, about how they're texting girls, about how they're setting up all their dates and all this other stuff. It's pretty awesome. I don't know many other people. I think John does this quite a bit, John with MLD, but his is obviously coming from more of like a body language type of thing. Mine is just kind of like straight brass tacks, right? So that's it. However, I do love his product. I promote his product big time. I think that body language, I mean, you can go and listen to his last podcast that he just did on his YouTube channel, and he shows you all the stuff that provides. But for now, let's stick to that. I'd love to have you guys on War Tribe and then doing these webinars. I'll send you guys a personal fucking Zoom link, and we'll have a closed off group. If you don't want to show your face, that's fine. Just have your mic ready. And then we'll just build up a good relationship there. That'd be fucking awesome. So sign up for War Tribe, www.thewartribe.com, in order to have access to those webinars. Like I said, playing Scrooge game right now. I said this year that I'm being for real. I don't believe in having a materialistic relationship. And I mean this wholeheartedly. I'm not going to sit here and be fucking Mr. Red Pill all year round and have my frame and all this other stuff. And then when it comes to fucking Christmas, bend a fucking knee and just be like, oh, well, the spirit of the times, like, I might as well. Like, okay, I'm going to get you fucking gifts now because of XYZ. It's like, no, that's not the case. Like, I'm not here to be your wallet. I'm not here to do any of that stuff. I'm here to give you a good time sexually and maintain your frame as well, right? I maintain your frame through my frame. If the relationship's not going to work out, I'm also not going to invest that much into you. I believe, the only time that you should get a woman really gifts are Man, I don't fucking know, man. To be honest with you, I think just like with a dog, and this is going to sound crazy. Yeah, Tom Leykis, $40 or less. That's my fucking roll for sure on any date. Here, I guess I'll just I guess I'll give you the idea of where I'm at. And she could be watching right now. I don't care. I'm just going to fucking say it outright because my main I know that my main's stalking me a bit because I don't give her a whole lot of information about anything, but she's following me on Twitter, which I guess she technically could be watching right now too via Twitter. But anyway, the last time my main came over, I think this was like about a week or two ago. Yeah, probably, because I only see her about once or twice a week. And then I see other girls in the interim on top of take care of all my other shit. Doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, no, Justin, you're absolutely right, dude. That's exactly how it is. Perfect. A savage commentary. Yeah, this is the frame you have to come into it with. You determine what the gift is, and you determine the value that you want to spend, right? And you determine whether or not you want to give or whether or not you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of up to it. Anyway, so the main comes over like 2 weeks ago, and she comes in with a bit of an attitude. And I knew what was on her mind, all this other stuff. Time and attention, perfect. And she's sick and I'm sick. So we both are kind of a little bit short, but she's a pretty feminine girl. And she's very submissive. I like that about her, but she's also got a little bit of Filipina blood in her, which makes her a little bit spicy. And I try to keep that down as less as possible. But anyway, and she knows she's my main. She knows that I see other women. She knows that I fuck other women mainly, but she gets kind of like top priority when it comes to certain things. Like there's certain added benefits of being my main. So she came in like 2 weeks ago and she's like, what the fuck does she start off with? Oh yeah, she wants commitment. That's what she wants. She's like, I want commitment. I want you to be my boyfriend. I want the title. I want you to be my boyfriend kind of deal, right? Like, I don't know where this is going, all this other stuff. And then she starts listing off things, right? She's like, I come over whenever you tell me to. I give you fucking great sex. I give you anal whenever you want it. Like, I do all this stuff. I fucking cooked for you. I cleaned your kitchen, all this other shit, right? And I'm just sitting there and I'm like folding my laundry and I'm just kind of like listening and I'm not fucking reacting whatsoever to any of this stuff because frankly, I don't give a shit, right? Everything she's listing off is transactional. She's like, I give you this, so therefore you have to give me this, right? And this is what people are brought up to believe. That's what this Christmas, that's why I'm playing Scrooge game right now. This is red pill as fuck, right? I'm done playing this fucking game of transaction. Exactly. And we're going to get into that. Liffrey says, good, make her keep qualifying. Exactly. Like, it's this idea that I gave you anal, or I give you blowjobs, or I come over and fuck you when you want me to, or I cooked for you one time, or I cleaned your kitchen for you one time. Like, now I'm supposed to be your girlfriend. And it's like, no. Like, you did it one fucking time. Yeah, I'm the 9. Exactly. Absolutely. It's part of their culture. Everything is based off a transaction. And that's what a lot of these girls are raised up to believe. Everything's based off transaction. It's like, no, you should be here and you should be doing all of those things because you like that I'm doing it, because you like me, because you want to be spending time for me, because you want to add value for me, right? That's the mindset. That's the mindset you got to have. And that's why you got to remain a stoic fucking rock in this storm of her trying to fucking guilt and shame you into fucking giving her what she wants because she gave you a couple things one time, right? Women don't like taking money out of their bank account and giving it to men, right? That's really what this comes down to. Women, like, I don't know if you've ever been out with a girl, but whenever I go out with a girl, like, for me, I always tip a waitress or a waiter 20% unless it's really terrible, right? Like, no matter what, I fucking hate tipping. I really do. I fucking hate tipping. I think it's fucking gay. But I do it anyway, right? Just because I get it. It should, in my mind, it should be the business that pays their employees. I shouldn't be responsible for the wage of their employee, but that just goes into how fucked up our market is. Anyway, women fucking barely tip, and they're always looking for a way to fucking get out of it. Women are always looking away for them to spend as little money as possible, unless they're spending money on themselves, right? That's what their money is for. That's how fucking selfish women really are. But the other thing too, and this is where the story is going to lead up to, is I'm going to kind of explain to you like how this chick is actually she's not that selfish. But anyway, she came over a week and a half ago. She started laying all that shit down, and I just looked at her and I said, keep doing what you're doing. I said, keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to tell you when. I'm not going to tell you how. I just said, you're on probation. That's what I tell her. I said, you're on probation. Just keep doing what you're doing, and maybe the end result will end up in what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it comes down to. It takes months and months and months to vet a woman, for you to start to see her true colors, right? To see what her fucking motivations are, to see what her motives are. Most guys are like, oh, I'm having sex with a fucking 9 and I'm getting fucking awesome sex, right? She's letting me put in her butt and all this other stuff. Like, she's letting you do this stuff, right? Anyway, and they'll be like, oh, I gotta make her my girlfriend right now, and I gotta go out and I gotta buy her Christmas gifts, and I gotta do all this stuff in order for her to stay around. In my mind, I'm just like, whatever. I'm getting laid from all these other chicks. It's pretty good sex up to this point. She's pretty fun, right? She does some cool stuff for me around my house, but at the same time, like, oh well. Like, if I lose her, so fucking what? If I kick her to the curb, so fucking what, right? There's more out there, right? And I'm actually like, I'm on my path. Like, I know where my path is going to lead up. So like, I know I'm going to be surrounded by 9s and 10s in the future that are going to be fucking wanting to be a part of my life. So like, why am I going to just settle for 1 9 that's giving me fucking pretty good sex at this moment in life? Like, I got all this stuff down the road, right? I haven't even hit the peak of my social, sexual status value yet. And I'm just going to fucking crumble when 1 9 sits here and tries to fucking put the heat on me. Like, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm living my fucking dream right now. I'm sitting here. She's a babe. She's a fucking, like I said, she's a 9. She's definitely a cutie pie. And she brings a lot of stuff to the table. But at the same time too, like, I have the frame and I'm out here and I'm the relationship is on our terms. Anyway, so in that moment I realized, you know what she needs is she just needs a good dickin'. So I put my clothes down and I just fucking rip off her pants and I fucking end up just banging her, and I think I end up just like a couple pumps in the puss, and then I fucking just throw it right in her butt anyway because she needed it. And then I go clean myself up. I go back. I'm like, I'm hungry. I want to go to this Thai place right across the street because my throat's killing me and I want to get some fucking whatever, right? I don't see her for about a week, and I'm like, well, here's the deal. I'm not buying her any Christmas gifts. I'm not buying any of my other girls Christmas gifts. I didn't even fucking get my dog a Christmas gift. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, all you need is love and affection. That's kind of where it's at. Like, I don't know. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood. Doesn't need to happen. So I bang another girl in the interim, and then cuffing season's kind of getting hard, like I said. So I was like, man, I need to meet up. I need to meet up with my main, get my rocks off kind of deal. And then I need to see her. You know what I mean? Like, I need to put some kind of investment in. And it would be, it'd be nice to see her anyway. So I text her on Monday. I'm like, you need to come over. She's like, okay. And then she comes over with another little bit of her attitude. And I was like, all right, what's going on here kind of deal? Like, in my own mind, I'm wondering what's kind of going on. I don't really care. I actually ended up cooking that night too. I cooked dinner, mainly because I'm sick and tired of going out to eat. And, I just got some really good shrimp from Sprouts. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to make this. I need all the leftovers anyway for work tomorrow. So I was like, I'm going to cook dinner. It took fucking 15, 20 minutes tops. She doesn't know I was making her dinner. It wasn't a big deal. It was for me. So she comes over and fucking dinner's ready. And that's kind of like me also playing it to, happy solstice. Exactly. That's kind of also me playing it into the whole, like, I made you dinner kind of thing, right? So she comes over and she's got a little bit of an attitude, and I'm like, you better fucking drop that attitude right now. Like, I made you dinner. What is Hoasis? Like there's a bunch of hoes in there. Yeah, that's why I like shopping at Sprouts and Trader Joe's. There's a bunch of babes. Dude, I got these fucking shrimp from there the other day too. I need to go back. It was like these tiger prawns that were fucking so good. It was like $10.99 for a fucking pound. I was like, hell yeah, already cooked. Sprinkled a little lemon juice on that, and then I made my own, what the fuck is that sauce? Cocktail sauce, but I just put so much fucking horseradish in it. It's ridiculous. And then I think I made some like, it's weird. I like getting stew meat. I get stew meat, beef. It's less fatty. I don't mind it being that chewy, but I fucking put it in my air fryer. Set it for 12 minutes and it comes out fucking awesome. So I get stew meat and I get a whole bunch of that. Just made some, I just put some spinach in a frying pan with some onions and some garlic. So just made some what I call stewed spinach, I guess, right? Fucking easy enough, and just microwave some white rice. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, good Brazil nuts there too. So we're good there. Have that kind of set up. She walks in, has a little bit of an attitude, and I tell her to fucking clean it all up or whatever. I could tell she has something she wants to talk about, and I'm trying to like avoid it as much as possible. And I could tell it's got something again to do with her wanting me to be her boyfriend, right? And be monogamous. There we go. Monogamistic. Yeah. First and foremost, if you don't have an air fryer, first name, last name is right. If you don't have an air fryer, you're a fucking chump. They're the fucking best. Like the best. But get the one with the racks and the rotisserie. Don't get the one that has like a tray that you got to pull out. Get the one with the racks and the rotisserie in it. That's fucking hands down the best one. So she comes over, like I said. We got that going on. I know she's got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. I could tell it's the cuffing season. It's the cuffing season flu. These bitches, they want you to be committed to them during the season in order for them to not feel like little sluts, all right? They have no problem feeling like sluts any other fucking time during the year except for now. There's something about it. So she comes over. I'm like, all right, I'm eating my food. My food's done. And like she's sitting kind of far from me, and I'm like, all right, come over here. And like I point to my lap and I make her sit on my lap, and she's like, no, you're not done eating. I was like, listen. I was like, you do what I say, or else I'm gonna kick you the fuck out of here. Straight up. I'm like, I'm done with this attitude of you pushing back. I was like, you come over here right now, sit on daddy's lap. And then she smiles a little bit and she fucking comes over and she's like, 2 minutes, that's it. It's like, all right, good. So she comes over and I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to, I said, I think I'm ready to listen to what you're going to fucking say. And she's like, oh, okay, whatever. So she goes to this fucking, she's an esthetician. She's going to this esthetician school. And I got to tell you guys about estheticians, hairdressers, tattoo artists, any type of artist, anybody that focuses on beauty and whatever. They're already pretty crazy, right? So you got to understand that road's going to be pretty rocky going into it. I don't condone people getting into long-term relationships with these types of women. I don't. Okay? So I'm not saying I'm in an LTR with this girl. And I'm not saying it's going to last past that. But anyway, they all need to be dominated. Yeah, absolutely right. But they love drama. That's the problem. And they're a little bit too free-spirited. And the term free spirit just means that they like being sluts. That's it. And this girl does. She likes it. So you just got to be cognizant of what you're dealing with here. What poison do they bring to the well? So you got to know kind of time frame of when you got to get in, when you got to get out, just like any business. So she sits down and she's like, a couple of girls at my school were showing me their Bumble account, and 3 of them were matched with you, and, you know, you're talking to them. And I was like, oh, good. I was like, that's not bad. I was like, 3 of them? That's pretty good. I was like, have I fucked any of them? And she's like, no. I was like, fuck, that's awful. Like, that stinks. I was like, I mean, I guess I must not be doing too good of a job then. I got to pick up my game. And she's like smiling and laughing and all this stuff. Like, I'm just deflecting from all this stuff. Like, I don't care. And she's like, well, it was a little embarrassing for me to be sitting here and like saying that you're kind of my guy and, you know, you're talking to them. And like, that's embarrassing to me. Now, first and foremost, like, I actually haven't been that active on Bumble over the last 2 weeks. I've been fucking hammering it on Tinder mostly, Tinder and Hinge. I slowed down on Bumble a little bit in order to kind of like let it rebuild up a little bit more or whatever. And on top of the fact that I've just been fucking crushing it on Tinder, so I haven't really whatever. So her story is inflated. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a like, she came into this like this was going to be her play in order to try to get me to maneuver back into her frame again of being monogamous to her and all this other stuff. So I don't know how true her story is, right? But some of it could be true. Yeah, I'm talking to other girls. So I sit there and I just stop her right then and there. I go, whoa. I'm like, hang on. I just looked at her like a big boy. Esthetician. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. I think there's an A in there somewhere too, like in the beginning. But I think you got it. I looked at her because I've been transparent. I mean, not 100% transparent, but I've been pretty transparent about the frame of this relationship. And I said, listen, lady, like you agreed to this. That's the first thing I said to her. I was like, whoa. I was like, you agreed to this. And she's like, what did I agree to? And I said, you agreed to being in a relationship with me. You are my main and I get to fuck other girls. You don't get to bang other guys and I get to fuck other girls. That's the agreement of this relationship. I was like, if you want to try to renegotiate it, I'm not going to renegotiate. We can just end this here. And she started like, she smiles, right? Because she knows she's caught, right? And she's like, I didn't agree to this. I was like, listen. She's like, I'm not really understanding the benefits that I'm getting to this. And I pointed to me. I'm like, this is the benefit. Like, you get me. And she's like, well, all these other girls, you're just going around and fucking all these other girls. I was like, well, here's the difference. I was like, there's a difference. Those girls are sluts, right? I treat them like whores, right? I fuck them and then they leave. None of them are staying over at my place. I'm not cooking dinner. I'm not going out to eat dinner with them. I'm not talking about fucking my own personal life with them or any of the true details or any of this stuff. I'm like, I do that with you, right? Now, granted, she doesn't spend the night or any of that stuff. And I don't like, I'll take her out to dinner, but that's after we've fucked and I'm hungry, right? And we go to the places I want to go to. But that's kind of the agreed upon thing. And then we come back to my place afterwards and we'll hang out for a little bit unless I fucking want her to leave and I kick her out. Yeah, that's a pretty good point. She wants you more because her friends approved of you by matching with you. Yeah. And that's the thing. Deep down inside, she's really proud. She's really proud that she gets to be not a whore with me, if that makes sense. Like, meaning like I don't just hit it and fucking kick her the fuck out. You know what I mean? But I do that with other women. So that kind of also helps out with her value on top of the fact that like, yeah, at least I'm matching with 3 of her other friends that's in her social circle. So yeah, they must also find me attractive and must also want to have sex with me. And she actually is in the circle where she does get to have sex with me. She knows what she's doing. The game is always going to be that she's going to try to get me to be monogamous to her. And the fact is that's never going to happen. So after she kind of goes through this and I reinforce my boundaries with how the relationship is, I just simply scooped her up and I threw her on my bed. And, she's trying to kind of trying to play mad, but she knows what's next. And then I start kissing her. And anytime I start kissing her, she gets into it, which is awesome. And then I push her up against the headboard. And I lift her up and I start choking her a little bit. And lift her head up so she's pretty much sitting with her head against my headboard. And I just stand up and I pull my dick out and I start fucking her mouth. And pulling her hair and stuff like that, and choking her at the same time while fucking her mouth. And I just face fucked her. I just shoved my cock as far down her throat as possible. And she loved it. Every second of it. Every second of it. She loved the fact that I wouldn't break frame. She loved that I fucking put her on my bed after she was a bad girl, and I fucking fucked her face. Right? And this girl's beautiful. She's a beautiful, good, very, very, very good looking girl. Most guys would never, ever, ever fuck her face, pull their dick out and just fucking slap their fucking wet fucking cock all over her face. Right. And then just continue to do more and more and more. Right. And then after that, I fucking just pulled down her fucking pants, ripped her pants off and just went at it. I took her fucking panties out of her pants while I was fucking her. And I shoved her panties in her mouth and then shoved her face in my pillow. Right. And that's what she got for Christmas. That's what she got for Christmas, guys. She got a meal. She got the emotional spike of trying to fucking get me to waver and me holding my fucking frame. And then afterwards, me fucking her face and then shoving her panties in her mouth. Pretty good Christmas gift, I think. And it's me. I didn't spend a single fucking dime on her. Didn't spend a single dime, gentlemen. I gave her an experience, though. And that experience is going to live with her for the rest of her life. Much more than fucking spending any amount of money on her. So who's the winner in this fucking environment, right? The blue pill guy that fucking says, oh, and takes these stupid photos and all this other stuff? Or the fucking guy that does not let her get her way and then treats her like a fucking little fuck toy? Right? Exactly. Way better than a necklace. She's going to remember that for the fucking rest of her life. She's going to think about Christmas and think about getting her own fucking pink panties stuffed in her mouth. Pretty damn good. Anyway, after that, she gets up. We had to go and the condom broke. So I don't fuck around when it comes to that stuff. If the condom breaks at all, and whatever, I'm fuck it. I'm we got to take all the precautions possible. So I went and bought her a fucking present of a morning after pill. I guess so. I did spend fucking money because I'm an airhead. So I did do that, but we came back to my place after that, and I didn't know that she had bought me anything. So I'm sitting down on my computer. She finishes. Actually, she did all the dishes from me cooking and all that stuff. And then she walks out to my living room. And she's like, I got you. She says, sit there. And then she goes over to her bag and she pulls out a gift. And she goes, this is for Chance. So that's my dog. She got my dog a fucking dog bowl with his name engraved on it, which was pretty fucking nice, right? And then she goes, this is for you. And I'm sitting there and I'm kind of smiling fuck. And I just put it down on my little space right here. And I'm like, are you leaving now? And she goes, yeah, I'm leaving. And I said, okay. And I was like, I was going to open it when she left, but she wanted me to open it in front of her. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll open it. I already knew what it was. I didn't know which thing it was, but I knew, cause she kind of asked me some things earlier in the week, I kind of knew that something was going to happen in a way. She's like, what size Nikes? Cause I kind of became a fan of shoes this year. As I got more and more into style, and I've been playing with my style a bit, and, I've gotten some high tops and some low tops from Nike, and a few different things. I just got some Air Maxes that are fucking legit. I got some Kobe's earlier this year, and I got some fucking pretty cool looking Air Force Ones. I want to get some high top Air Force Ones. if you guys don't have a different range of shoes, shoes really tie your fucking outfit together. You can kind of wear the same outfit, but change your shoes up and it changes the outfit entirely. And then you want different shoes for different occasions and certain things and for different types of clothes. Anyway, so she notices that about me and all this other stuff. And I was like, damn, this bitch is going to go get me a $150 pair of Nikes. That'd be dope. But I'm also a big fragrance connoisseur, if you guys know that. And the box was obviously a fragrance. I didn't know which one she got me, so I opened it up. And I was pretty happy. She actually got me, I'll show you guys right now. She got me, so I did a review. If you guys look at my YouTube channel, I did a review before on Spice Bomb. She got me Spice Bomb Extreme. It's a flanker of Spice Bomb. I'll put you up on good shoe game, Corey. I love it, dude. Yeah, recommend some shoes. I love shoes. I mean, anyway, I also love fragrances. This is a fucking pretty good scent. I've had, we're about to talk some fragrances right now. Let's talk fragrances. So I have Spice Bomb Original. I'm actually a tremendous fan of Spice Bomb Original. I actually think Spice Bomb Original is better than Spice Bomb Extreme. I'll do a little review on Spice Bomb Extreme right now. And then I'm going to give you my top three. My top three fragrances that are my go-to for everything. I got Dolce & Gabbana The One. That's an amazing date night. Kenny's in the chat right now talking fragrances. Dolce & Gabbana The One is awesome. The problem with Dolce & Gabbana The One, though, is its performance is weak. Meaning it doesn't project and it doesn't last that long. That's the biggest thing that they do. Yeah, Dylan Blue is my next. I really want to get Dylan Blue next. That shit's dope. That's a good go-to for most guys. Spice Bomb Extreme. This is going to be, again, just like Spice Bomb, it's going to be more for the winter and it's going to be more for the fall. What's up, Christopher Wilson? How you doing? Acqua di Gio is good, but I highly recommend, instead of doing Acqua di Gio, I recommend doing Acqua di Gio Profumo. It's a little bit more masculine, and it's not the same smell as Aqua-y as the original Acqua di Gio. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is not bad. I'm not a huge fan of light blues or of blue fragrances. Like I got Bleu de Chanel. I have even Eros kind of comes off. Versace Eros comes off as a little bit of a blue fragrance. I've got Invictus Aqua Intense that comes off as blue. And then Sauvage, right? Dior Sauvage. Not huge fans of them. They got this flowery, and it's not the bergamot, but it's got this like flowery undernote to it that just drives me crazy. I fucking hate that. Yeah, I have I want to get Creed Aventus. I also want to check out Creed's new one, Viking. But I don't own any Creed right now, just mainly because they break the fucking bank. And I'll show you two right now that I have that break the bank, but were worth every fucking penny. But Spice Bomb Extreme, let's just talk about it real quick. I don't want to spray it on me right now because I have another fucking fragrance on that I love. So, yeah, Sauvage sucks, man. I fucking hate it. When I first put Sauvage on, I love it. The opening of Sauvage is tremendous. But the problem is it doesn't evolve. It's the same smell. And it's so strong in performance that you just keep smelling it over and over and over and over again. And, most people will be like, Corey, isn't that the point? No, that's not the point. A fragrance should have an evolution to it. You should smell the opening notes, the mid notes and the closing notes, and they should all evolve throughout that time frame. The thing that I like to look at it is Gucci Guilty's all right. I'm still trying to fall in love with it. There's some that I like. It's the same thing with the Ferragamos, like the Omo. I don't like most of it, but there's one that I do like. I don't know the name of it. Black Orchid's okay. It's a little bit too old school for me. Royal Oud's good. Green Irish Tweed. Yeah, you're talking some really good ones from Creed. Yes. All right, Ajax. Creed Aventus has a clone called Club de Nuit Intense Man. I have that as well. Stand by, guys. Give me 1 second. Ugh. should probably get my YSL too. Fuck. Hey. Since it's Christmas, I'll give you guys some fucking love. Fuck. Oh shit, I want to grab that too. All right. Now we're talking. I didn't know you guys were so excited about fragrances, but damn, let's fucking rock and roll with it. So let me finish. You guys are just blasting stuff off in there. Let me finish a quick review about Spice Bomb Extreme. The thing about this, like I said, I probably wouldn't wear it outside of winter and fall. It's not as spicy as Spice Bomb Original. Like, it kind of opens up with a smidge of root beer mixed with musk, if you guys can imagine it, but it's a light musk. I kind of smell a little bit, I don't want to ruin it for people, but I smell a little bit of like BO, which is weird. The BO smell fades quite quickly though. And then you're getting a lot of the kind of like root beer smell mixed with like the notes that you would mostly smell in Spice Bomb Original. I like the notes of Spice Bomb Original better. But Spice Bomb Extreme is a nice flanker. I'll probably wear it. I'm going to close these fucking blinds too. Ugh. I'd probably wear it, once every other week or something like that to the office. It's kind of fun to switch things up a little bit, right? So I do like it for that. I actually did buy Spice Bomb Night Vision a couple weeks ago, and I returned it. It's the first one I've ever returned in my life. I love the Spice Bomb. I love the Spice Bomb DNA. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, huge fan of Spice Bomb. But, I didn't like Nightshade. Or Night Vision. When I first put it on, loved it. But when I let it settle, it finished too much like a fucking what am I trying to say here? It reminded me of like not Axe body spray, but it reminded me of like a shower gel. And I can't stand shower gels. I can't stand like the Old Spice shower. Like I don't put a fucking shower gel on me at all. Right? I fucking hate it. Never let a chick recommend a cologne to you, by the way. I agree. Go with your gut, go with your own nose, and go and talk to men who do fucking fragrance reviews. To be honest with you, they're always going to send you a certain way. However, I will listen to a girl review it when it's on my skin. Okay. But I've made the decision, right? Fragrance is all about what you put into it, what energy you put into it. Anyway, so that's my review of Spice Bomb Extreme. It's good. I'd probably wear it once every other week. I rotate my stuff out. I have fragrances that I absolutely love, right? That I fucking try, like I just want to wear over and over and over again. But then I'm like, oh, let's switch it up a little bit. So I'd probably wear this like once every other week. And I'd wear it proudly, right? Yeah, females will recommend a cologne that reminds them of some other guy. I didn't like Burberry too much, to be honest with you. I just smelled one from... maybe I'm thinking of Tiffany. I smelled one from Tiffany Co. the other day. It was way too girly. Would you compare it to YSL? I don't know what you're talking about. Super versatile. Tom Ford Oud Wood Intense. I got Oud Wood. That's one of my favorites, Tom Ford. Anyway... For those, let's just talk about it real quick. Here's the Acqua di Gio Profumo, right, that I was recommending earlier. If you're going to do Acqua di Gio, get this one. It's obviously far more masculine. It's got the Aqua DNA. It smells like Acqua di Gio, but it's just a lot more. It's got a better performance and a better projection. And then it just has a lot more masculine undernotes to it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't wear it too often. Mainly because here's my deal. And this is something that you're going to see when I present to you guys my top 3. I actually don't wear a lot of masculine stuff. It seems weird, right? I think it's because I look So for those of you guys that haven't met me yet, I'm 5'11", 5'11 and a half, 6 foot on a good day, 245 pounds, and I'm just a pretty fucking, John from Modern Life Dating calls me the most terrifying man in the manosphere. I'm not like, I'm a pretty approachable person, but at the same time too, when I don't want to be approached, I'm not a very approachable person, and people can read me in different ways. And I feel like if I'm wearing something that presents very masculine too, it could be off-putting rather than me. What I'm trying to do is play with the dichotomy. The thing about olfactory senses, right, is this. It projects outward and you create a container in a space. So you want to pique interest. You want people to start looking out and trying to, because it registers different emotions and different thoughts. So for me, I play it two different ways. I actually wear things that are a little bit sweeter, a little bit more opening, and a little bit more, what's the term? I guess dichotomous. Dichotomous to who I am. Because I want people to be thrown off by me. If that makes sense. And I personally just like it. Like I go based off of what I like to wear. I just pulled this up. So we're talking about Creed Aventus, right? This is Creed Aventus. This is a knockoff, right? I hate to say it. It's a, what's the term that they actually use in the fragrance community? It's a clone, okay? It's actually one of the best-selling colognes, fragrance, that you could get on Amazon. This is, what's it called? This is very masculine, by the way. The problem with this one in comparison to actually Creed Aventus, well, first and foremost, I think this is $35. Creed Aventus is $315, okay? For something that's very similar. This one, however, presents, when you first open, it smells a little bit like Lemon Pledge. There's a very strong synthetic lemon smell to it, which I don't mind. Yeah, I don't like owning clones either, but a lot of people like this. Yeah, I think so, Kenny. I think it's smart, right? I think if you're a feminine male, you'd be better to wear something that's a little bit more masculine, right? Because then people's minds are going to be like looking for like the masculine man, and then they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, oh, shoot. Okay, right? Okay. Like because that already registered in their mind, they're going to be like, okay, I get it. Yeah, very strong citrus opening. Projection is pretty good. What I mean by projection is this. Projection is going to be the diameter by which it goes out far, right? Acqua di Gio, this projects probably, I try to always break things down to like cubicles, right? Because I don't want to be the guy, I don't want to be the guy that can fill up a fucking ballroom with my smell. Me personally. I'd rather have my personality do that than my scent, right? I want it to only affect, some days I only want it to affect a radius of like one arm's distance because I want to pull people in. Or if I'm in the office, only project outside, like within my cubicle. I don't really work in a cubicle. I'm just saying like that's the mindset that I try to go off of. This will definitely project out to a cubicle. So that's that, right? What else does it kind of have? So that lemon opening, and then it's just very masculine. I can't really, my nose is a little fucked right now, so I can't really go into too much depth, but this is pretty cool to own. I don't wear it often though. I'm not going to lie. And I haven't been able to get my nose on Creed Aventus. I smelled it one time when I first got into fragrances. I saw the price tag on it and I was like, fuck no. Not for the smell, not for it. But I ended up spending that on other cologne, other fragrances that day. I've already gone over Spice Bomb, right? I love Spice Bomb. Oh, even comparing it to the fucking flankers, this stuff is just so good. Winter and fall, I highly recommend. Anyone should own this. This is really fun. It's really inviting. Women love it. Guys love it. I mean, that's something you got to worry about too, right? If you're wearing shit in the office and everyone's just like, oh, the stinky guy or whatever, like you affect people's moods. This is fun. This is a great date. This is great for office. This is great for the gym. I wear this to the gym, right? It's just overall happy and pleasant and fun, right? Great date night. So we were talking about like Dolce & Gabbana, the one the other day. Or I forgot who brought that up. Oh, this is awesome. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. This is a perfect date night. Like I would compare the two. I'm going to go over some date night ones right now. Ooh, and some club ones. And then I'm going to give you my top 3. Great date night. The problem with this is it doesn't last long and it doesn't project far. And that's why I like it, because I'm going to spray a little bit on my neck. And when I go in for my hug, when I first meet her, I'm going to make sure she comes in close to smell it, right? Great for date night. Really, really gets a girl going. Another great date night. YSL. La Nuit de l'Homme. Okay? This has a little bit different scent to it. This is for sure, like that one over there is like kind of like fine, sophisticated date night. This is also the same, but it also has a bit of a clubbiness to it too, where you could probably get away wearing it to the club. Good projection, nice, fun, happy. You could also wear this to the gym, but it's a little bit still. It's got a little bit of that floweriness to it that I fucking hate. So I won't wear it to the gym. I hate having a trail of that kind of like flowery smell to it. Another great date night. Oh yeah, I have Invictus. I don't like Invictus at all. I don't like the Invictus DNA whatsoever. The only Invictus that I will ever probably buy again, because I own Invictus Aqua Intense, because people said, this is really good in comparison. The only Invictus I will ever buy is Aqua 2016. They say that is the best Aqua fragrance to ever fucking hit the market. Invictus Aqua 2016. You could find it on eBay. It's going to be about $175 if you're not buying a scam. Another great date night. That's pretty masculine. Caroline Herrera for men, right? Privé. Cool little fucking crop top. I throw this on every once in a while. The projection's good. The performance is terrible though. This probably lasts about 3 or 4 hours. But I like it. It's got a bit of leather and a little bit of tobacco, but then the top notes are just really awesome. Kind of similar to YSL and Dolce & Gabbana. Other good date night, but now we'll start to move a little bit more into the club environment too as well. Paco Rabanne 1 million Privé. Paco Rabanne 1 million to me. Ajax asked a question. I'll get into it. Ajax asked a question. What's the difference between date night and club night cologne? Well, all right. Date night for me is going to be a one-on-one interaction where we're going out on a date. I've already got the date established, and maybe I'm taking to her a little bit like nicer of a place or whatever, or I'm trying to do something where, so date night doesn't project as far. It's only going to project like this close or this far away from me. So I'm going to want to pull her in, right? And when she smells that, she's going to be locked kind of deal. Like, oh my God, I love that smell. Oh my God. Club is going to be a little bit different. You're going to be surrounded by a lot of other dudes, but you don't want to be rocking something that's masculine and is going to annoy people when you're sweating, right? Because club game is a little bit different, but you want something that's going to have a good scent trail, right? It's going to be fruity. It's going to be bubbly. It's going to be fun. But then the notes when it's on your skin are still going to be masculine and kind of like light, right? That's the problem with anything that you do that's masculine. If you do something where you're sweating, it's going to come off, especially with the Armaf Club de Nuit, right? This is going to come off musky because there's a lot of musk to it. So when you're sweating, it's going to smell a little bit rough, hot, heavy, right? You don't want those energies. You want something like this has to offer. It opens very, very sweet, and it has a good trail to it of bubblegum in a way, right? It's nice. 1 million. All right. So this is 1 million Privé. Look at the fucking label on this thing too. It's fucking cool having that. So I have 1 million as well, right? It's more of a gold rather than this brown. 1 million Privé is far better. 1 million to me, it has that fucking BO smell when it first opens up. I don't like it. Very, very sweet. It's not my favorite. I prefer Privé over 1 million. Let me put this back on there. Now we're going to get into, actually, these are probably going to be my top 5, but these two are definitely my go-to for like date night and club. Okay. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. This is a for sure must own. This is like, to me, it's weird. It smells like grapefruit and melon mixed with like a little bit of lime. It's got a bit of citrus to it. But then it just finishes off fucking awesome. Yeah, I had 1 million. It gave you migraines. I don't like it either. It doesn't sit well. But Privé is different. Privé is a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. But Jean-Paul Gaultier Alpha or Ultra Male. At first I didn't want to like it because of the fucking bottle and all this other stuff. It's kind of weird. It kind of seems a little gay, to be honest with you. Great scent. I fucking wear this. Actually, what I did one time was I wore Ultra Male. I wore that around my neck, and then I sprayed a little bit of Bleu de Chanel behind my ears, and the two paired well for a club night, right? So that when I pulled her in, she was going to get a different smell than what this kind of, because this has a trail to it. I spray it behind my neck, and it kind of like lofts and does all sorts of stuff, and it's got a really good energy to it. Fun, playful, light, enjoyable. And then the Bleu de Chanel has a little bit of that blue feeling that's kind of grounding and a little bit more like sexy in a way. I don't know why. I don't really like Bleu de Chanel that much, but women love the blues. But yeah, it's a little bit of a gay bottle for sure. But the scent, Ultra Male, all right? Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. This stuff is a fucking date night killer and a club killer. Highly, 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 highly recommend. It's better than the YSLs. It's better than the Versace Eroses. It's better than the Invictuses. I promise you. Like, this is a must own. Like, you could wear this to work. You could, right? So as far as versatility is concerned, Spice Bomb, right? And this one. But the problem is this is only good for like fall, winter. This is great for year round, right? So if I were going to recommend just one that you need to go out and get right now, boom, especially for the price tag. Ultra Male though, right? Because there's Jean-Paul Gaultier, La Male, Navy, all sorts of shit. This is bomb. The fucking lady killer, the ladiest killer that I own. Okay. I'm going to rub it down because it's black. Prada Luna Rosa Black. This stuff, for some fucking reason, dude, it doesn't project far. The performance is good though. So the projection is probably within like one arm's distance, maybe even closer, right? It doesn't project very far. It does have a bit of a trail though when you walk, so that's why I always spray one behind my neck. It's a little powdery, but it's a good powdery, right? It's not like baby powder too much. It smells a little bit like marshmallows. As crazy as it is. But this, I have yet to have a girl when wearing this not fucking melt. Like, I'm serious. Like, women, I love the smell of it too. It's very fresh. It's very clean. It's awesome. I love this scent. I fucking kind of want to put it on right now, to be honest with you. I love it. I really do. It never bothers me whenever I'm smelling it. Absolutely 100%. Like top 5, right? I have it in my top 5 for sure. Fucking such great investment. All the other Luna Rosas, all the other like Prada Luna Rosa Carbone and all this other stuff, no. Like, this is the only Prada you need to own. Fucking hands down for sure. All right. Top 3. Now, the reason why these are in my top 3 is because they are literally like the most versatile. And I just fucking like them the most, right? Killing the ladies. Other people like it when I wear them. Good performance, good projection. The other big thing that people got to talk about and understand when it comes to wearing fragrance is about your mood. What are you trying to accomplish? What do you like, right? What gets you going? What makes you feel good, right? I bought Tom Ford's Oud Wood because when I wore it, I felt sophisticated, and I saw myself wearing an amazing tailored suit in the CEO position of a boardroom. Like, that's what I registered in my mind. I was like, this is fucking epic, right? I wear Tom Ford Oud Wood when I want to be in like a power position, if that makes sense. It's weird. But Tom Ford Oud Wood is not in my top 3 because it's very niche, right? Like, I'm only going to wear it in those situations. If I'm going to like a black tie event, if I'm going to some place where I kind of need to exude a little bit more authority, because it kind of has that, like, not old man, but it has a bit of that old man to it too. Like that old man mentor kind of thing. Anyway, let's move into top 3. I actually just acquired this fragrance just recently. And you know, sometimes you go through a honeymoon phase with things. I'm thinking that I'm moving out of the honeymoon phase with this, but it still remains in my top 3. Highly recommend. This is probably the next buy I would recommend. This is great for, I could wear this to the gym. I wear this to work pretty much every day, right? Just going into there. Great for date night. Girls love it. And this is Givenchy Gentleman. Haven't really heard much of Givenchy before. Wasn't a huge fan just because it's kind of like a bland label, and it reminds me of like Replica and Hawthorne, which are 2 things that I'm just kind of like not into too much. But this is awesome stuff. For the price tag, masculine, light and fun, clean. It's not the most fun. It's not like fist pumping like fucking ultra male, right? Great date night though. Great for work. Very like I said, fresh, professional, but also at the same time a little bit bad boy. It's like a mixture of all of the perks of everything that I've talked about so far. So that's why I have that as number 3. I think this is a must own for every guy. The title Gentleman is the perfect, you know, there's a lot of misnomers out there for like understanding what a gentleman is. I like to look at as gentleman as a type of guy that can be a bad boy when he needs to be, can be a fucking absolute asshole, can be a fucking tyrant and destroy people, but doesn't do it 100% of the time because understanding that that's not a good balance to life. It's the type of guy that can go shooting and get dressed up in fucking camo, but then the next day pull up in his fucking Audi A7 in a fucking suit. You know what I mean? I believe this is, if you're asking Ben Kenobi, I believe this is a EDT. I think this is a toilette. I don't think it's a parfum. Just based off of like the scent that I can get from it. But it's awesome. It projects well. It stays around for a while. It's not annoying. It evolves. I like it. Highly recommend for most guys. My number 2. Now, between my number 1 and number 2, it's such a fucking battle. It's such a battle because I love them both equally, but not the same, if that makes sense. And this is going to come off fucking really weird, but I'm going to put this as my number 2. And this is weird. A lot of people are going to probably be like, oh, whatever. But it's actually Tom Ford fucking Fabulous. This is a $335 bottle. And that might tie into why I love it so much. But at the same time, I sprayed it on me, right? I went in, I went to Tom Ford. This is literally, it got me into fragrance. I smelled a Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille about a year and a half ago. And I was like, oh my God, that's epic. That's epic. May not be for me, but it was a fucking just epic scent. I was like, fuck it. I want to go and I want to smell it again because that's how good it smelled. So I show up and I smell Tobacco Vanille and I'm like, I love it, but I'm not in love with it, if that makes sense. Like, I love it. I really do, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to wear it on me a little bit longer. Smelled the Oud Wood, put it on a card, And I put it in my back pocket. I'm like, fuck, this smells so good, but it's $235 for a container like this. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to spend this money, right? And then the lady sprayed this on my other arm, sprayed Tom Ford fucking fabulous on my other arm. And I first smelled it and I was like, what the fuck did you just spray on me? Because it's weird. It smells, it smells like Fruity Pebbles mixed with like fucking baby powder mixed with I don't know what else. Like unicorn piss. I don't know. I can't put my nose on it, guys. I'm serious. And it's so strange and exotic. It's so different than anything I've ever smelt, and it just triggers something inside me where I'm like, man, that's fun. It's cool. It's open. It's like completely different than who I am, right? Who I present myself as. And I had it on my skin and I just kept I kept having to smell it. And I was like, no way, Corey, like do not fucking do that. Don't get it. It's $335 for 50 ml, right? This is, I think this is it's a 3.3. That's like not half of this, but I forget what the fucking, what's it called is. Yeah, that's half. This is half of this. This is a $95 bottle. For half of this bottle is what you get for $335. Tom Ford, right? Tom Ford's a fucking pimp, by the way. I want to have Tom Ford design some fucking suits for me. That dude's a fucking G. As much as I hate fucking designers and all this other shit, Tom Ford's a G. So I was smelling it. I smelled it on me the next morning when I woke up, right? And I was like, fuck. And then I took a shower and I could no longer smell it. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, I miss smelling that. I was like, I miss smelling it. And I was like, no, you don't know, because I actually walked up. I was at a mall. I actually walked up to a few girls at the mall and I used this as an opener. I was like, hey, listen, don't mean to bother you, but I got these 2 scents, one right here and one right here. Do you ladies mind smelling it? And I walked up to one girl and she smelled this one and she's like, no on that one, right? And I was like, fuck, because I fucking love this smell, right? She's like, no, the other one's way better. And then that's when I kind of realized, fuck that bitch. I was like, fuck that bitch. Like the two mornings after, when I was like, I missed this fucking smell, I was like, I need to go and I need to buy that. I don't buy anything off of Amazon, to be honest with you. I don't buy any fucking fragrances off of Amazon because I don't know what I'm going to be getting. Fragrance X is the only place that I buy things online. And I don't know if you could buy Tom Ford there, but hey, do me a favor. If you can buy it on fucking Amazon and it comes in and it smells like the one you get at Nordstrom, cool. Let me know. I appreciate it. But this stuff to me is just like, I have it on right now. I probably put this on like at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I'll put this on too sometimes before bed, just because there's something about it. There's something about the smell. Girls like it. Girls like it because I'm wearing it though. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where for me, this is so niche. This is such a niche scent that no other guy is going to be wearing it. And because I rock it and because girls like me, they're going to fall in love with that scent. And it's my personal brand, if that makes any sense. So that's another reason why I love it. I love it because it's mine. It's weird. Yeah, they do. Nordstrom does a pretty good return policy. I returned that, what's it called? Nightshade. Now let's go into number 1. My number 1 fragrance that I 100% love. I wear this at least 2 to 3 times a week as well, just because I'm like, my brain is always fighting. Really, my brain is always fighting between Tom Ford fucking Fabulous and this one. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy scent, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Like, you'll go and you'll read reviews about Tom Ford fucking Fabulous and people will be like, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. It's because you don't have the money, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it comes down to. It's because you don't have the fucking money. And it's because you don't have the balls. You don't have the balls to wear that shit. And that's me. Like, I am that type of guy. Like, look at this. I'm fucking 2 hours on Christmas right now. I'm talking about a fucking plethora of fucking shit that could probably get most people fucking jailed. You know what I mean? Like, that's who I am. And that's what that scent is. That's what this scent is to me. It's fuck you. That's why. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck you. This is my scent. It's $335 for 50 fucking milliliters. Suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? On top of the fact that it just smells weird. Like, it's weird. And that's why I like it. It's me in a fucking bottle, in a way. On top of, we're going to go into my next one, my number one. This is also me in a bottle. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Two things I don't lack are balls and money. You know, money comes and money goes, but pretending like you have money never fucking stops, right? Oh, I just lifted the lid off of this one and I got the scent of it, and fuck, god damn it. That's just the lid alone. Ah, fuck, dude. There's a reason why this puppy's number one. All right. And I'm just building this thing up right now. Like, I love Tom Ford. God damn it. I love this motherfucker, but I just don't love it as much as I love. This motherfucker is the shit. You want to talk about being a fucking dude that's just like, look at this fucking dick. This fucking shit screams that, but in like a fucking like, all right. So Parfum de Marly, Leighton. Okay. This stuff, I think, this one for sure, I bought off of Fragrance X. It's normally 300 something. No, it's 290, I think. And I think I got this for like 240. The cool part though, is it's 4.3 milliliters, 4.2 fluid ounces rather, 4.2 fluid ounces. So it's a big bottle. It's the same size bottle as Acqua di Gio, right? So you're going to get a lot of sprays out of this, and rightfully so, because I fucking wear this stuff as much as I possibly can. Oh, they call it fermented coffee, but I think that they're fucking crazy. It smells like chocolate. It smells like fucking chocolate mixed with fucking just stripper tits and fucking big booty hoes and just money and cigars and yachts and helicopters and polo. Not water polo, like fucking rich people polo. It's like, it'll fuck with your head. It's so good. It is so good. It's so good. My main, I wore this the night that I met my main. And she, like I said, fucking, she's obsessed with me. So, yeah, JJ the Terrible. We're going to get to that here in a second. This stuff is fucking so good. Well, JJ the Terrible just put it in there. It's called Parfums de Marly Leighton. You can just Google it. I don't like putting links just because I don't want to send you a link to a place that might be selling you a fucking bad batch. That's why I always recommend, listen guys, before you even think to pull the trigger, go to Nordstrom's and go to Macy's. Nordstrom is going to be the one that has like this in the higher level stuff like Creed Aventus and Tom Ford. Macy's is going to have like your kind of run of the mill stuff like the YSLs, your Acqua di Gios, your Spice Bombs, your Paco Rabannes. There's going to be a lot of John Varvatos, which I think John Varvatos makes a lot of good stuff on top of the Mont Blanc for your cheaper stuff. But the high level stuff is this. And let me tell you, so Parfum de Marly, this is a company that literally took the fragrances that King Louis, I don't fucking know, the 15th or something from France, like the stuff that they were wearing during the fucking Renaissance and shit like that, I guess, supposedly. But this is literally, oh, god damn it. This stuff is so good. For the money, like, I know this is a lot of money between the two of them, right? Fucking worth it. If you could have these two in your fucking wardrobe for sure, like hands down. But if I were to pick one over the other for the general pop, it's going to be this. And that's not just me being a selfish prick because Tom Ford fucking Fabulous is my fucking fragrance. This is the Leighton like an everyday use case? You can wear this every day. I just don't ever recommend wearing one fragrance every single day. First and foremost, fragrance should be matched to mood and it should be matched to outfit. Okay? You don't wear the same outfit every day, do you? You don't go to the same events every single day. You don't have the same mood walking into an environment. That's why you need to have a fucking entourage of these puppies. That's why I'm big into this stuff. Not to mention it's a talking point. Like I talk to girls. I'll sometimes talk to girls about this when I'm dating them, like when we're out on a date. And I'll even invite them to come back and take a look at it. I mean, my dog is actually probably one of the bigger closers, but there's girls out there that are obsessed with fucking men's fragrances. And they'll be like, okay, I'll come back. Let's look at this stuff, right? Or like after sex, you know, there's always that awkward moment of like stuff to talk about. Like girls will be like, can I smell that? Or I'll fucking whatever. Like it's awesome. So I didn't know you were in the military, hologram. I didn't know you're drafted. That means you're old. I didn't realize that you're old. I thought you were a kid. Not to mean that you're fucking old. Just that you know. Unless you're from a different country. I don't know. You can put that in the fucking chat. Anyway, so that's my top 5, like I said, Ultra Male, Prada Luna Rosa Black. Ooh, where did he go? Where did I put you? What was my number 3? Givenchy, gentlemen, for right now, right? Tom Ford, fucking fabulous. Okay. And then my number 1, Leighton by Parfums de Marly. Okay, I got you, hologram. Number 6, Spice Bomb. Spice Bomb original. But, like I said, for your go-to if you want to get started on this journey, that's your number 1. That should be your number 1. And then everything else outside of that is just added extra. There was a comment in the chat here that said, Tom Ford is a grand up here. Jeez. No shit. Where are you at? I'm the 9. Order online for sure. You sound like a wine taster for these colognes, Corey. I love it. Yeah. I would definitely say I'm a fragrance connoisseur. This is something that literally happened in my life about 3 or 4 months ago too, to be honest with you. Someone said something in there too, body wash and deodorant. I don't wash myself in any type of body wash. I only strictly use bar soap, and I get bar soap from Sprouts, believe it or not. I get fucking like hippie shit. Give me a second. I'll show you guys. Just whatever. I got to piss too. All right. If we're new to the chat, drop a line. If we haven't been here for a little while and I haven't said anything about hitting the like button, hit the like button. I'm also going to pimp WarTribe here again in a second. But anyway, I got this soap here. It's called Dead Sea Spa. I do stuff like this. I get different things that have I like good oils like argan oil and like shea butter and stuff like that. I don't put any of this chemical crap like in a fucking Axe bottle or anything like that. I do have one body wash that I got for me to use at the gym. Like if I have to shower at the gym, because I don't like carrying a fucking bar of soap in a fucking, it's weird. For some reason, I fucking hate that. And I hate putting my hand in, I don't know. So I did get some soap, but I got something from Harry's. You guys know the one that has like the cheap razors and stuff like that too. In a fig, like it's a fig. It's made of fig. So I try to get stuff as natural as possible. I also don't wear deodorant. Shea butter, African shea butter, sandalwood. Exactly. I try to get stuff along those lines. I try to get like natural soaps that are masculine, but don't have that I told you guys, The worst thing in the world to me is like a cologne that smells like a cologne. Doesn't make sense, right? The things that we're brought up with, like, I've heard some people say like Obsession and stuff like that. I like Obsession. I don't like things that have like those flowery, cologne-y, synthetic smells to them. I hate that. It's probably why I have such an issue with blue fragrances, is because blue fragrances remind me of that ideal version of like what a cologne is supposed to be, like what cologne DNA is. It's why I also, with women, I hate women that wear perfumes, right? Like things that have those like super flowery notes to them. I hate that. I like it when girls wear like the body sprays, lots of vanillas. Black Opium is my favorite perfume for a woman to wear. The Maine just told me about Victor and Rolf just came out with a flower bomb for females. I'm pretty sure I'd probably like something like that because it's not going to be like gross and flowery. Every Man Jack, no aluminum. Yeah, I just don't like, ever since I was a kid, I've never liked putting deodorant on. It always made my armpits feel more gooey, right? And I've never been stinky. Like I shouldn't say never. Like I can smell myself. It's weird, right? But I've never really had much of a scent. I've never really had much of a stink. So I've never really had much need to put it on top of the fact that I just hated the feeling of it. So I don't use deodorants. When I do buy soap, I get good fucking soap. I think that's very important for people to do. I don't get like the Irish Springs chemical stuff. I get like good stuff. And this lasts me for some time. And I feel a lot better doing that. Yeah, fuck Axe. Fuck all that stuff. I mean, I guess this is a point too where I could also tell you that I don't buy toothpaste with fluoride in it. Better safe than never with that one. So that's kind of my roundup. I probably have about another 15 or probably 15. Maybe that's a little bit too much to say. I probably have about another 12 to 15 other fragrances over there too. On top of, I forgot who said it right now. I can't afford Ultra Male right now. I'll go to Nordstrom and get some ASAP. Like I said, look at fragrancex.com and you could get different sizes as well. Or, oh dang. Yeah. You're lucky. Without deodorant, my pits smell like ADJ's sister's crotch. Yeah. Fucking exactly. Probably like you grew up in a fucking trailer park in fucking 90% humidity with no ability to shower and getting plugged by your entire family. Go to Nordstrom. First and foremost, Matt W. Right? That's you that said that you can't afford it at this moment, I think. Just go to Nordstrom. Someone else set it up there earlier. If you go in there and you're not just being a fucking basic ass bitch and you're just like fucking asshole, dude, the ladies there are fucking awesome. I walk away. Fuck, I have a fucking Nordstrom bag right now. Ugh, I'll get it. I mean, it also kind of helps that sometimes I walk in there and I buy fucking $300 perfumes and shit or colognes. But like, dude, this whole bag is filled with samples of different types of fragrances, right? And that's what they do every single time I go in there. And this is what I do for my boys too. Like, Myron Gaines was up in the house earlier. I just visited him in Miami last week. And I left some samples behind for him. I was like, dude, I think because knowing the environment down there now and knowing the styles of women and different things, I know he only wears like one cologne. So I was like, dude, here's some samples of some things that I think that I brought with me that I thought would kill it here. Here they are, right? The other cool part too is like, I get worried traveling with this thing going on an airplane. So before I fucking travel, I go and I show up and I talk to the ladies and I say, hey, can you fill me up a little travel size of this for me? Cause I'm taking off and I'm doing some stuff. The ladies love me there. And it's because I also, I help them sell some stuff every once in a while. If I see a lady wandering around there or whatever, I'm like, oh, you should get this for your husband or something. So good relationships. It's part of it. Get a bunch of, what's it called? If you're balling on a budget, buy the travel case of cologne for 2 ounces, $15 a pop. Yeah, I know that. Ulta just put out a flight for Black Friday. That has a flight of like 15 pretty good ones. They only had it there for one day. It was $15 for a bunch of like 1.7 ounces, which were awesome. Really good ones too. But you can actually find that flight on eBay. Let me pull that up. And I'll put the link in the chat. So I highly recommend. I think there's only 10 of them for the eBay link. Here we go. Yeah, it's fucking $41.95 plus I think it's like $15 for shipping. And it has a whole bunch of... Here, let me just read them off to you guys right now, because I'll give you my fucking take on it. It has Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. We talked about that earlier. Jimmy Choo Man, not bad. Clinique Happy. Paco Rabanne 1 Million. Azaro Wanted. I don't know that one. Hugo Boss. Why not? Polo Blue. John Varvatos Original. Pretty good. Acqua di Gio. Mr. Burberry. Versace Eros. And then I don't know which one that one is, though. And you get a free atomizer, too, which is cool. So I'm going to post that in the link, or I'm going to post this link in the chat here. Highly recommend if that's something that you're... Control V. Here we go. Click that link. $41.95 plus whatever they want for shipping for all those samples of those things. That's a good place to start, honestly. And it's a good place to start identifying, like, because here's the thing, and it's the same thing when it comes to your style. Oh, that's ghetto. Oh, I get it. I thought it was the actual bottles. Never mind. They're sending you testers. That's what it is. That's a little bit ghetto. Not the fucking actual little bottles that they show you in the thing. Oops. Well, it's not bad. In that case, I wouldn't spend the money. I wouldn't spend the $45. I would go to Nordstrom and just ask for fucking samples. Macy's doesn't give out samples. They're kind of ghetto. Yeah, spray it on directly and don't rub. The other thing too is, a lot of people say, don't put it on your clothes. It's supposed to go on your body. I put it on my clothes and on my body. So I'll go 2 sprays on my neck, 1 spray behind, and then I'll do like a spray right here in the center. And then actually, what I do sometimes is I put a spray right on my wrist and I rub my wrists together. But it's a different cologne. I'll put a different fragrance on my wrists, just because I like to be fucking, a badass like that. Anyway, with that said, I don't think I have much else to discuss other than what I'd love for you guys to do is this, because we could talk more about this, but I would love to save most of this stuff too for the webinars, right? Webinars will only be open to people that are members of the War Tribe. So I'm going to look to do, what's it called? I'm going to only look to do the webinars. I'm going to look to do the webinars on Sundays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Only open to those that are part of the War Tribe. I'm going to try to do them every single week on those Sundays. War Tribe costs $20. $20 a month to be a subscriber. You get the forum. You get direct access to me to ask me any questions. It's a means for you to be able to network with other men and work through your issues on top of me helping you out with your own personal issues, right? And writing. Then the webinars are going to be meant for us to all link up together and do a mastermind and me be able to kind of help out and dictate, what issues we need to work on with you personally. On top of just shoot the shit. Like we can have a conversation like this. So instead of me reading off fucking comments all damn day, like you can actually even weigh in too. Hey Corey, I like this. Have you smelled this before? All right. No, I haven't. I'm going to look into it. Or I have this, or I have the, whatever. On top of, we can discuss style, right? I was talking about style a little bit too. And I was talking about that in relation to me pushing my boundaries with the fragrances, right? Like before, probably 2 years ago, I would never ever look at Tom Ford fucking Fabulous and be like, oh man, I want to wear that because it's pushing me out of my boundary. Instead, I'd be like, nah, I don't want to push myself out of my boundaries because, me not pushing myself out of my boundaries is getting me great results, right? No. Right? The same thing with style. I try to help guys out with pushing their style and their boundaries there. Pushing their boundaries when it comes to dating, right? Saying the right things to women, right? You know what I mean? Saying the wrong things to women too that in their mind are wrong. So that's what we talk about in the War Tribe. I'm going to put the link in there for, what's it called? WarTribe.com. Join the War Tribe. Become a member. Start to fucking interact with other guys on there. Start to interact with the forum. And then stand by for the webinars to start up. I think I want to start them up on Sunday. I think I want to start them up this Sunday. So if you're not a member, go over to thewartribe.com and become a member. And at least, even with that $20, you get 4 free webinars where you get direct access to me. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I normally charge about $300 an hour to do personal consultations. You're getting a fucking value that's beyond that, right? I'm going to try to do those webinars. I'm thinking an hour and a half would be ideal time frame. All right. So if you're on the West Coast, it's going to go till 6:30. If you're on the East Coast, it's going to go till 9:30. So have that slot put aside for this. Cool. With that said, guys, Merry Christmas or whatever the fuck it is. Play that Scrooge game. Go and what's it called? Trend Women Are Trash hashtag on Twitter. Don't eat Impossible Burger. Stuff your girl's panties in her mouth as her Christmas present. Buy some cologne, buy some fragrances, and post about it and talk about it. And join the War Tribe. Until Sunday. Actually, no, you guys will see me on Saturday with John. I'll actually be on Rule Zero as well. Rule Zero will be on Rollo Tomasi's page this fucking weekend. And we're going to do a year in review. So I'll be on there for a little bit. Then after that, Hot Dude Party. Cool? Then after that, Sunday morning with John Fitch. Then after that, Sunday webinars with the War Tribe. So go over and join the wartribe.com right now. All right? With that said, also like, share, subscribe. And if you guys want to send me some money, www.paypal.me/Corey Capella. I'll see you fucking later.